golf has always been my dream, I would say, and school has not always been a priority to me.
Student athlete there.
And I had to learn the hard way.
All right, we've got Ian Maspat from USD Golf here on the podcast. Welcome. So excited to dive into a golfer's journey. Not many universities have that program, so I'm excited to hear like your recruiting journey, you know, growing up playing golf and everything. So we'll start with the basic question. How did you get into playing golf and how did you fall in love with it?
So I got into golf because of my older brother, actually. My uncle worked for a golf company, Titleist, and he introduced the game to my older brother, and I would go watch him play tournaments and just practice, and I decided to pick up a club myself and mess around, and I ended up loving it.
So it just like kind of turned into a hobby and then you started taking it seriously.
Yeah.
When did that turning point kind of come to take golf seriously?
Well, at a young age, like I knew I loved golf, and like I kind of dreamt about like becoming a professional golfer, and golf was something that I just really enjoyed, and it came easy to me at a young age, and I just really loved it and knew I wanted to pursue it.
Well, golf, I feel like, is such a highly, in tuned hobby for people. So how did you kind of realize that you were pretty good at this and that you can like go the collegiate level and take it next level? Yep.
Well, I started playing tournaments at 6 years old, and I kind of just got the feel like where I would finish. Like I would be a top finisher in most tournaments, and that kind of just built my confidence up, and I would always hear from my golf coach or my coaches that I had the potential to be great, and I always took that to heart and motivated me to be better.
Was there ever a professional golfer that you looked up to most during those young ages?
Yeah, definitely Tiger Woods.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Was there ever a time that you maybe saw a play or a moment when you were young and you were like...
Yeah, I actually got to see him at Torrey Pines here in San Diego. Wow, a long time ago. I think it was 2008.
That's pretty cool. And so what about his style of golf have you maybe adopted into your own style?
Well, physically, I don't think I can compare to him. But on the mental side, I feel like the focus that he has on every shot, I try to implement that, just giving every shot my all.
And so tell me about your recruiting story. You started at Pepperdine University here in California, and then now you're here as a fifth year. So take me through the journey of how you got recruited and what brought you here. And
yeah, okay. So I received my first letter from a college in 8th grade, and that was from UCLA. I wanted to keep my options open, and I went on multiple visits. I ended up committing to University of Oregon originally, and that was after my freshman year of high school, and I just realized like, it was a little bit too early, and I put a lot of thought into it and decided to decommit because I wanted to stay closer to home, and that led me to choose Pepperdine. One of my best friends was on his way there, and I thought it'd be awesome to be teammates with him, and they also had a pretty great program over there, so which was nice. And my first 2 years there were great. I ended up having to come back home. I chose to enter the portal, and Coach Riley and Coach Fallis were kind enough to recruit me again. And it was nice because I just have a really good support system here in San Diego, and just helped me like reach my goals.
And was there anything during your time at Pepperdine that you kind of faced any challenges or adversity that you had to overcome?
Yeah, definitely. Golf has always been my dream, I guess I would say, and school has not always been a priority to me.
Student athlete there.
And I had to learn the hard way, unfortunately. But yeah, so academics were the biggest challenge for me at Pepperdine, and I learned that over here, my coaches have been putting a big emphasis on taking care of the things outside of the sport, so that within the sport you'll be able to play stress-free and just be free out there.
And what's something about your game and your style of golf with your swing? Maybe there's something that a coach taught you that just changed your game forever, or maybe it was your uncle or your brother that just like it clicked for you and it just changed the way you swing. And I know you have done you have shot some hole in ones. I've seen the videos, so you have talent. So maybe a specific technique that was taught to you.
Man, that is so tough. I feel like there hasn't been anything, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah.
You just kind of like learned with reps?
Yeah. I just like, as a young kid, like I honestly didn't take too many golf lessons. I would just go out and play.
Wow.
And then just feel whatever it is, you know, like I just go out and learn new things, like experimenting. And yeah.
So you were talking about how you visualize something though, before you do it. So is that where you like, what is that like hitting a hole in one? Because I've never experienced that. I don't, has anybody in this room ever experienced a hole in one? That's pretty crazy. So how do you prepare for that? What's going through your mental?
Well, I'm obviously trying to make every shot that I hit, but I try and go through the same mental process over each shot, analyzing the situation and then just accepting the results no matter what it is. So like, it's nice that sometimes it goes in, but majority of the golf shots, you're missing it, you know. Golf is a game of misses, you know, like, but I can never really prepare myself for a hole in one. It just happens. You know, it's a big shock to the system. It's a big adrenaline rush for sure once you see the ball drop. But I've had a good amount now, so like it honestly isn't as crazy when I make one anymore. But I definitely, my first one, I'll always remember that.
Where was it?
It's crazy. It was at a par 3 course when I was really young. It's in San Diego, Kalina Park, pro kids. But yeah, it was on the 18th hole, middle pin, and I just remember it going off the slope and trickling in, and I was playing with my dad.
Wow, that's awesome. So let's dive a little bit into your relationship with your brother, since, you know, he got you into golf and everything. So what does that relationship look like now, and what was it kind of like growing up, having that bond with him?
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time together when we were young, obviously practicing together every day. And it was always competitive between us. We always wanted to beat each other every time we did something. We played golf. But on a personal side, like we honestly weren't too close growing up, but when he went away for college and I had to be on my own, like we ended up becoming closer, just because like, obviously we're not spending as much time together, and it really
Grew appreciation.
Yeah, grew appreciation. Yeah. For each other. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Do you think you're gonna want to go pro?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? What are the steps to kind of accomplish that in golf? Because I know every sport's different.
So golf, it's kind of different. So technically anybody can turn professional, but it's just how far along you make it with the tours. Cause like you have to go through different qualifying schools, to like eventually reach the PGA.
Wow. So where's your brother in this version?
He's still trying to fight for status right now.
Yeah.
On like the PGA Tour Americas.
Wow.
So he's gonna go through Q school again, and hopefully make it and get some status.
Wow, that's cool. And going to the next level of the collegiate level of golf, right? Your whole life, it was an enjoyment, but then it probably got more serious once you went to the university level. So what's something that you've learned about yourself throughout these few years, being a student athlete, going through Pepperdine and USD? What's something that you've kind of taken through these past 4 to 5 years?
Golf has definitely gotten a lot more serious as time has gone on, but I've learned to not make it as serious as it is. You know, I try and still go out there and play and feel like a kid, because it allows me to play more free, and I just have to think like, you know, I should be grateful for where I am, and I'm able to play the sport that I love and hopefully make a career out of it. I could be doing a lot of other things that I probably wouldn't enjoy. So I just try and go out there and have fun and yeah, have a good attitude out there.
Is there any type of way that you personally ground yourself?
I meditate a lot, and I do think about, or I also pray before I sleep, and I make sure to thank God for all the blessings that I have in my life. But before every round, I'm always meditating to try and clear my head and focus on all the good things that I have in my life.
Is that like 30 to 60 seconds before you're about to shoot?
No, it's like before I even start my warm up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find a corner or I'll find a seat to just go sit down and close my eyes and visualize and just meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when it comes to new courses and being on different courses, do you do research prior or what does that look like?
You just kind of look at the layout of the course, see if it's in elevation or not, if there's a lot of water, the shapes of the holes, like you could, or the distance also, but it kind of just like gives me an idea of what shots I'm going to be able to, or having to hit out there, and like what grasses are going to be out there. Cause it's always different and you always got to map out what you're going to be playing on.
Right. No, that makes sense. So how do you study film as a golfer?
So whenever my parents come out and watch me play, I ask them to record every shot. And I ask them to record it from when I start my routine, because I like to see how I carry myself out there, because I want to be going through the same motions every time and have good body language, because that also has a big impact on attitude and how I play. So like I'm looking at my routine and nitpicking little things. If I took too long, if I took a weird step or looked like I was second guessing myself, and because like I just want to be going over the same things and having like a repeatable game, you know.
And what is a technique that sets you apart?
I wouldn't say it's a technique, but it's a part of my game that I'd say stands out. It's definitely my ball striking. I'd say that I always keep the ball in front of me. I don't hit too many golf balls out. And I hit it pretty straight for the most part. And I'm also a good putter. Yeah.
And what makes golf athletically a sport, but also somebody's hobby from your perspective?
Well, golf, you could take as you will, you know, like you could go out there and just have fun and just be out there to relax, or you could have a serious game with some friends and play for dinner or something.
So golf is individual, but how does it translate into a team sport being, in the collegiate space?
Well, yeah, it is individual 100%. Every tournament we're all trying to take care of our own things. But I'd say in preparation and practices and everything, we're always helping each other, getting better with anything that we need. If it's a swing tip, putting tip, anything that each other needs, like we got each other's back. And because like the ultimate goal in college is to win that national championship. And it's a day-to-day thing where we're always competing with each other, but we also want what's best for each other.
That's been your favorite part of being here at USD and a part of the golf program?
Well, San Diego's home. I love San Diego. It doesn't get much better than this.
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Campus is beautiful. I have a great support system here of my family. I grew up in San Diego. And I also have two great coaches. I've had great coaches my whole time here. Coach Riley, Coach Emmerich, and Coach Faust. They've all been amazing during my time here, helping me develop as a person and a player. So yeah, that's probably my favorite part, just having my support system around here helping me get better.
So we're gonna close out with some fun rapid fire questions. So what's your favorite course you've played on?
Favorite course would probably be Cypress Point. We're in Monterey.
Wow. Okay. And what's your dream course to play on one day?
Dream course. Ooh. I would say Pine Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you already said your favorite golfer is Tiger Woods, but is there anybody that's currently maybe newer to the league or anything that's your favorite golfer to watch or learn from?
Definitely Ludwig. Ludwig Aberg. He's new on tour. It's probably his second or third year on tour now. But he came from Texas Tech, and we got to play a couple tournaments with him when I was at Pepperdine. And just seeing where his game is at now, it's really inspiring just to see another college golfer. And there's been so many new guys that are upcoming that are really good, and it's definitely motivating and inspiring for me. Just to see that, like, I know I can do it too.
Yeah, that is cool. That's awesome. I love that so much. Texas Tech golf player. What's one lesson golf has taught you about life?
Oof. Golf's taught me a lot of lessons. But I would say that perseverance is one of the biggest lessons. Golf is a sport where it's like I guess any sport you're always gonna have your ups and downs, but it's how you handle them, how you come back, bounce back, and carry yourself after, and just to never give up.
I mean, yeah, I could see perseverance, and you fail on the first 3 holes or something. You still got, 14 more, 16 more. What's your favorite club in your bag?
As of right now, probably my hybrid.
No.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna say driver.
Okay.
Driver's my favorite.
Okay. And then what would your walk-up song be if golf had one?
I'd just put on house music when like warming up. I'd probably say "Love Yours" by J. Cole.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I like it. And then hidden talent outside of golf.
No hidden talents, but I love playing sports, and I played basketball for a long time in high school. So I'd say that's like my hobby. I'd say I'm like decent at it, but like could never pursue it or anything.
And what's one word you would use to describe your golf style?
Straight.
Nice. And 2 questions to just completely wrap this up. One, how would you describe the culture here at USD Athletics?
I would say it's a very calm culture, like very welcoming. Everybody here is so nice and wants to help you. I'd say within the athletes too, like we're all friendly with each other, and at some other schools I feel like it could be like a clash between the other athletes, but every time I were to walk down on campus, like other athletes will give each other all sign of like respect, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of understand what you're saying, because I was standing outside the building waiting for them, and they just let me right in. They were like, yeah, no questions asked, close the door. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm a student here already. So I can feel the culture as soon as I stepped onto this campus. Last question. What is a message that you would have for yourself, knowing what you know now? And, you went through academic challenges at Pepperdine. You went through decommitting and committing. You've had a heck of a golf journey. So what's one message that you would send to yourself, just knowing what you know now?
I would say to be nice to yourself, be patient, and don't give up.
There we go. Well, thank you so much for calling us Student Fly Off. Yeah, of course. It was so much fun. Seriously.